Alice, how are you doing?
Yeah, good, thank you, Steve. It's nice to see and speak to you.
Nice to see you too. So thanks so much for agreeing to speak at the summit. We're really looking forward to having you. You're the Director of Digital Media at Nectar360. Why don't you kick off and just tell us a little bit about what that role involves?
Yeah, so Nectar360 is basically the in-house retail media and loyalty agency for the Sainsbury's Group, so covering Sainsbury's, Argos, Habitat and 2. And my role is responsible for all of our digital retail media, so be that our off-site proposition, our on-site proposition, and increasingly our digital in-store proposition. And I look after what is our specialist sales team. So those are the teams that really get under the skin of understanding ad tech, etc., across our media agencies and our clients, both within the FMCG and the GM world, our specialist operations team. And then I have the privilege of being responsible for our technology stack within Nectar360 and all of the challenges and fun that brings.
That's wonderful. Now, I mean, I guess you would be seen as one of the leaders and innovators in the fast-growing retail media world, certainly in the UK market. I don't know, tell us about some of the things that are going well that you're particularly pleased about at the moment.
I think it is a fast-growing market, as you kind of mentioned. I think the things that I'm particularly proud of is obviously we launched our own proprietary DSP a couple of years ago, and that is going to great strength. So both from a managed service, but increasingly a self-service proposition. And we're always improving the channels, the measurement, and everything that comes through there. But I think more recently I've taken on responsibility for more of our in-store digital proposition. And I think our partnership with Clear Channel and all of the innovation that we're trying to do within the connected store environment, I think is really exciting for me. So also looking forward to see what Nick says at the conference about the connected store and his thoughts.
Yes, we have a stream on connected stores, as you say. So no, that's great. And it wouldn't be retail media if it wasn't without its challenges. So what are the things that are, I don't know, testing you a little bit at the moment?
I think the challenges are why we all get up for work in the morning, right? If it was all easy, we wouldn't do our jobs. When I think about kind of broader industry challenges, for me, it is probably more around actually getting under the skin of measurement now. I think it's been a topic of conversation that we've had for probably the last 12 to 18 months. There's, IAB Europe, ISBA, gold standard conversations. I think trying to bring all of that together, make sense of it from a UK only retailer perspective is something that I think is going to be the challenge that we all have to face into over the next few months. Yeah,
I would agree with that. So yeah, very interesting. So you're going to be leading one of our key streams at the summit, which is the stream around audiences and offsite. I know it's going to be an area that is attracting a lot of interest. What are some of the areas, without giving the game entirely away, that you hope to touch on during that keynote?
So I think the first one is actually the role of data within retail media, and I think all the streams will probably touch on this because it is so important that you have that access to that first party data, but also that your data quality is in a good place so that you can use it. I think the second thing for me actually is how, as a retailer, do you make sure that you're using that data in the same way? We hear a lot about clean rooms, we hear a lot about lots of innovative technology, but that comes with it a lot of choices that we have to make as retailers and also choices as brands there. So I'm going to kind of touch a little bit on what the considerations are there. And then the third thing for me is actually how audiences are not just restricted to offsite. So I think, as increasingly digital out of home comes into play, our on-site proposition, thinking about how that audience strategy can underpin kind of multi-channel campaigns and what the considerations are there.
That's wonderful. There's a great turnout already at the summit, but I think people are going to be very, very interested to hear that keynote and also the ensuing discussion. So Alice, thanks so much for joining, and see you in a couple of weeks.
Absolutely, looking forward to it.
Wonderful, thanks so much.